Okay. Good morning and welcome to our session on March 9th, 2022. Today we have from St. Bernadette Church, once again, Father Tim Ralston. If you would lead us in prayer, please.
Good and gracious God, we know that you are the giver of every good gift, and so we thank you for all the blessings and gifts you have poured out upon us and upon this world. We come to you as your children in need during this time, asking you to continue to watch over all of us. We ask you to bring peace into the world, especially in Ukraine, to guide all leaders of nations so as to enable them to strive for peace in all that they do. Allow us to know your presence in our midst, especially in times of struggle and trial, and enable us all to continue to do our best to serve you and to bring your love more and more into the world around us. We ask you to bless our local communities here as well, and all of those who make decisions and serve roles that impact the lives of so many here locally. We ask all of this in the name of your Son. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for coming once again. Commissioner Painter, would you lead us in the pledge?
Sure would. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Look at that Wade back there causing trouble still. We are now to the part where we need to approve the regular session minutes of March 2nd, 2022. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I will second.
Roll call, Holly?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran? Yes. Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes. And this morning we have a proclamation that we're going to present. This is Women's History Month in Clermont County, and today, accepting the proclamation, Nancy Young, United States Air Force. Is that you, Nancy? Emily, is it Dillenberger?
Yes.
Hey, United States Navy. And I've asked Commissioner Corcoran to do this morning in honor of her mother, who also served as a Army nurse. Thank
First
you.
lieutenant, she beat all the men in the family.
All right.
Commissioner Batchelor, could we add
Add
this to today's agenda?
Oh, I'm
Yes,
so
we may.
sorry.
That's okay.
We have to add you.
We have to do an add-on. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. Do I have a motion to add this on, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll
Now,
call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran,
yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Ladies, if you join me at the podium, please. Morning. Thank you for coming today. This is a proclamation for Women's History Month in Clermont County, Ohio, March 2022. Whereas celebration of women's contributions to history, culture, and society, and has been observed annually in the month of March in the United States since 1987, Women's History Month 2022 will take place on Tuesday, March the 1st through March 31st, 2022. Whereas the United Nations has sponsored International Women's Day since 1975, when adopting its resolution on the observance of International Women's Day, the United Nations General Assembly cited the following reasons, quote, to recognize the fact that securing peace and social progress and the fulfillment and enjoyment of human rights and fundamental freedoms require the active participation, equality, and development of women, and to acknowledge the contribution of women to the strengthening of international peace and security, unquote. Whereas women have served honorably and courageously in the military on behalf of our country, and whereas women have been leaders not only in securing their own rights of suffrage and equal opportunity, but also in the abolitionist movement, the emancipation movement, the industrial labor movement, the civil rights movement, and other movements, especially the peace movement, which create a more fair and just society for all. And whereas the National Women's History Alliance designates a yearly theme for Women's History Month The 2022 theme is Women Providing Healing, Promoting, and Hope. This theme is both a tribute to the ceaseless work of caregivers and frontline workers during this ongoing pandemic, and also a recognition of the thousands of ways the women of all cultures have provided both healing and hope throughout history. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the Board of the Clermont County Commissioners, do declare the month of March 2022 as Women's History Month. And this is signed by Commissioner Bonnie Batchelor, President of the Board, David L. Painter, Vice President of the Board, and Claire Corcoran, myself, as member. We thank you for coming in today, and we thank you both for your service. It is an honor to shake your hands. Thank you. Ladies, podium's yours. I know, isn't it fun?
I'm good. Do you have anything to say? I don't think I do.
Okay,
Why-
how about a picture?
Claire, why don't you tell us what you did in each branch that you belonged?
Tell us where
I
you
was
served.
in the U.S. Navy and I was a Master at Arms, which is pretty much military police.
Be nice to her.
I was Air Force and I did air traffic control and transitioned into bioenvironmental engineering.
Very nice.
Thank you.
On behalf of all the women who served in the military in World War II, and to all the Ukrainian mothers today that are carrying their children across borders, we appreciate your presence with us today, and we ask that you take a picture with us.
Yes, thank you.
Board, come on up here. Go up there.
It didn't go up.
They're not going to hide. Bonnie's standing down. My brother was in the Air Force.
Thank you. What if I take my
Thank you. We're not yet.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
You too.
Thanks for keeping me in line, Holly. Thanks for doing that.
More than welcome.
Item C, public participation. See anyone? Moving on to item D, consent agenda. Board, we've had this in time to review. Are there any revisions or corrections?
None here.
I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Moving on to item E, non-consent agenda. First on the agenda is the recommendation that the Board of County Commissioners adopt resolution number 029-22, resolving to approve payment to vendors in the total amount of $2,921,363.43, as set forth in the BCC approval invoice report for checks dated March 9th, 2022, BCC directed prepaid invoices, reports, and/or procurement card transaction report as presented by the county auditor on March 7th, 2022, and further authorizing the county auditor to issue warrants for same pursuant to section 319.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
None.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Item number 9, Joe Mooney.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Item number 9 is the recommendation of Mark J. Colvey, prosecuting attorney, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, county administrator, to execute a contract for professional services by and between the Board of Clermont County Commissioners on behalf of the prosecuting attorney and Matrix Point Software LLC, located at 3400 Detroit Road, Suite 400, Cleveland, Ohio 44145, for the provision of consulting services relative to the implementation of Matrix Prosecutor and Matrix Civil, to be effective for a period of 365 days following the execution of the contract by the Board of County Commissioners, for a total contract amount not to exceed $67,800.00, pursuant to the terms and conditions specified therein and contingent upon the issuance and receipt of an appropriate purchase order therefore.
Thank you. Board, we've heard the reading of item number 9. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 10, Suki Sheets.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Item number 10 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, to execute record plat number 629-3327 for the Clove of Barclay Woods subdivision, Section 1A in Union Township. And further, to execute the combined performance maintenance bond as well as performance bond for sidewalks as surety for Tralee Lane and Sunningdale Way.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 10. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
None.
Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Item number 11.
Item number 11 is also a recommendation of Jeremy Evans to accept the permanent easement from Catherine Keffer, granted to the county, necessary for project number WA 1021 relative to the Marathon Edenton Culvert CC 82-24 located in Wayne Township, and authorize payment as compensation for the permanent easement and right-of-way granted thereby and repairs relative thereto. This is a $425 easement culvert replacement project.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 11. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
Roll call.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 12 is Lyle Bloom. What happened to
I
Lyle?
think he stepped out.
Do we want to go on to 14?
He's here.
Is he coming?
I think it's 2 of them, doesn't
Mm-hmm. This grand entrance, right, Lyle?
Item 12, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, item number 12 is a recommendation to adopt resolution number 030-22, resolving to determine to proceed with the construction, operation, and maintenance of the sewer petition project known as the Deerfield Road Sewer Petition Project located in Goshen and Miami Townships, and designated as project number 6402-60161, and in conformance with the detailed plan, specifications, estimates of costs and financing, and tentative assessment rule, is herein ratified and confirmed, all of which shall be paid from the County Wastewater System Capital Improvement Fund, the American Rescue Plan Act or ARPA funds, a collection of special assessment of benefited properties in the form of a basic benefit assessment and or improvement assessment, or general obligation notes or bonds issued in anticipation thereof, attached thereto and made a part thereof, pursuant to and in full compliance with chapters 6117 and 133 of the Ohio Revised Code. So we had a public hearing on this project back in August of last year. At the time of the public hearing, based on written comments that we'd received from the current property owners, there's 4 in support, 4 opposed, and 2 have never responded. At that time, the total assessment, there's 10 properties, and the total assessment was estimated at $29,500 per parcel for each parcel. That would be a 30-year assessment. We had submitted the project to the Ohio Department of Development later in the month. Some grant funds became available. We submitted, I think, 14 different projects. None of them received the funding through the Ohio Department of Development. So we're recommending that we use some of the American Rescue Plan Act funds to help reduce the assessment. We're recommending $114,000. That would reduce the assessments from $29,500 down to $21,240. That includes the system capacity fees or the tap-in fees that the property owners would be responsible for, assuming they're connecting. That's about a 39% reduction on the overall assessment. And again, that would be a 30-year assessment.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 12. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
A second.
Any discussion?
The only discussion is, has anything changed of any other since the open meeting that people have changed their mind or?
We had one property owner change. There was a property owner change. I think that moved from support to opposition during that change. But that brings the total still to 4 in support, 4 opposed.
Okay.
No response.
I just wanted to make sure our totals are,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Thank you.
Any other? No.
Hmm.
Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Item number 13.
Item 13 is a recommendation to award the bids for project number 6402-60116 and 6402-60117 relative to the Newtonsville Area Collection System Assessment Project and the Newtonsville Wastewater Treatment Plant Project, respectively, located in Wayne Township pursuant to the plans and specifications to the following contractors as outlined below for the lowest and best bids received on January 13, 2022 for a total amount not to exceed $12,279,146 and to execute the contracts relative thereto pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein and the award of bids therefore, with project funding to be paid from Special Assessment of Benefited Properties, the County Wastewater System Capital Improvement Fund, USDA grant and loan funds, the Ohio Public Works Commission grant funds, and American Rescue Plan Act or ARPA grant funds, and contingent upon the release of the required purchase orders. So the first contract is for the wastewater treatment plant portion of the project, and the contractor would be Building Crafts Incorporated out of Wilder, Kentucky. And their contract amount would be $6,270,000. And the second part would be for the wastewater collection system. The contractor would be Tribute Contracting and Consultants, LLC, out of South Point, Ohio. And their mathematically corrected bid amount is $6,009,146. And again, in the motion we mentioned contributing some of the American Rescue Plan Act funds. The total assessment is for the property owners is $4,218,000. It would be funded through a USDA loan. We would recommend contributing $1.5 million to help reduce the assessments and the overall loan amount, which would be about a 36% reduction on the assessments.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 13. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Lyle, before we vote on this, just take us back when this particular project first started. What year did that actually start in?
It's sometime in the 90s, I think. I didn't work here. It predates me. But yeah, we really dove into the meat of this project and started on the detailed design of the current project. I think in 2012. So here we are 10 years later. Didn't think we'd get to this point, but we are, and we're got good bids, and we're ready to go.
Well, this is where your agency and Clermont County, and Wayne Township, and at the time Newtonsville all worked together. You know, this has been it hasn't been difficult, but it's been very trying, and everybody is kind of drawn to the table here. I remember when we first got started in that, we were doing step systems, and that was something that the residents really didn't care for. And, you know, we went back to a redesign, and it's been a long project, but, you know, staying with it and, you know, paying attention to the stakeholders, you guys did a great job on that, you know, and I think this is one that, you know, is really going to make a difference, you know, in that part of Clermont County, and, you know, to actually have sewers. And
Absolutely.
you bet. So thank you. Thanks to you. Thanks to your team. Thanks to Tom. I know that the whole team here at Clermont County worked on that way before I came. So thanks.
Roll call, Holly?
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Thank you,
All right,
Lyle.
thank you.
14, John Cascaden. Good morning.
Morning, John.
John Cascaden, Director of Department of Public Safety Services. have item 14 today. Upon my recommendation, with the concurrence of Greg Bickford, Assistant County Administrator, to approve the request to advertise for bids for maintenance and repair services for the HVAC units located at Clermont County and Northern Kentucky tower sites, pursuant to specifications therefore, and to authorize the clerk of the board to place a legal notice in a newspaper of general circulation on Thursday, March 17th, 2022, and Thursday, March 24th, 2022, with non-mandatory pre-bid meeting on Tuesday, March 29th, 2022, at 2 p.m. local time at the Clermont County Department of Public Safety Services, located at 2279 Clermont Center Drive, Batavia, Ohio, with the bids to be received until 2 p.m. local time Thursday, April 7th, 2022, in the office of the Board of County Commissioners, located at 101 East Main Street, Batavia, Ohio, where they will be publicly opened and read aloud shortly thereafter. The notice will also be posted in the Clermont County's website at the following URL link: www.clermontkountyohio.gov.
Thank you, John. Board, you've heard the reading of item number 14. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
A second?
Any discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Bachelor.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
15, Yvonne Smith. You two gonna dance?
I think so. Little tango going on there. Good morning, Yvonne
Morning.
Smith, Benefits Coordinator for Clermont County. It is my recommendation, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to execute the third-party administrative services agreement by and between Clermont County, Ohio, and Shard Snyder and Associates of Fort Washington, Pennsylvania, for the provision of administrative services relative to the Section 125 Flexible Benefits Cafeteria Plan for all eligible employees and their dependents at an annual renewal rate of $200 plus $100 per month for banking services and $3.75 per month per participant, effective for the period of 1/1/2022 through 12/31 of 2024, and further to execute the plan document entitled Clermont County Section 125 Premium Conversion and Flexible Benefits Plan, attached thereto and made a part thereof, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein, and contingent upon the release of the required purchase order therefor.
Thank you. Board, you've heard the reading of item number 15. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Bachelor.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. 16, Sandy Tahat.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Item 16 is a recommendation of myself, Sandy Todd, Human Resource Director, with concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, to amend Appendix 4.10 of the Clermont County Personnel Procedure Manual with respect to our schedule of rates of pay. This will reflect an increase in both the minimum and maximum rates of pay, with a resulting increase in the median rates for all pay ranges in the schedule effective December 27th, 2021, and further to authorize the update of the appropriate internet links and dependencies accordingly.
Thank you. Board, you've heard the reading of item number 16. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran, Commissioner Bachelor.
Yes. Item number 17, Sandy.
17 is also a recommendation of myself to authorize the preparation and processing of record-only munis personnel action forms for all eligible employees under the jurisdiction of the Board of County Commissioners to reflect the salary wage increases based on merit performance evaluations and calculations as prepared for the evaluation period of January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021, with respective increases as outlined in the matrices attached thereto and made a part thereof, to be effective as of December 27th, 2021.
Thank you. Board, you've heard the reading of item number 17. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Bachelor.
Yes, thanks, Sandy. 18, Desmond Mayada.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
This is a recommendation of myself, Desmond Mayata, Community Development Administrator, with the concurrence of Mike McNamara, Community and Economic Development Director, to note the Board of County Commissioners agreement to act as the non-recipient responsible entity and as it relates to the environmental certification for 5 projects of the Clermont County Metropolitan Housing Authority. Listed herein, and to designate Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to act as the certifying officer for purposes of said environmental reviews, including authority to take all necessary actions and execute all documents required to complete such review in accordance with the applicable rules and regulations as set forth by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. So this is a request from the Housing Authority for the county to act as the certifying officer. So they have already had the 5 environmental reviews done by an outside agency, and there's been a finding of no significant impact. So the projects, again, these are not county funds. These are HUD funds that the Metropolitan Housing Authority is using. So the 5 projects are Batavia Meadows Apartments for $215,000, Highview Apartments, $160,000, Bethel Woods Apartments, $90,000, Monroe Woods, $240,000, and Williamsburg Woods Apartments at $140,000.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 18. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Before we vote, where is Highview Apartments?
Those are,
I know the other ones, but
I don't have the exact location.
that's okay.
I don't have the exact
That's okay.
location.
I was just curious. I had not heard of them. Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran, Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 19, Erin Meadows.
Item number 19 is a recommendation of Karen Shera, Executive Director, Clermont County Mental Health and Recovery Board, to appoint Yara Yvonne Bonner of Milford, Ohio, to serve on the Clermont County Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board effective March 9th, 2022 through October 19th, 2025, filling the unexpired term of Brian Dixon, who resigned from the board on 12/28/2021, pursuant to Section 340.02 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Thank you. Board, you've heard the reading of item number 19. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. 20, Erin.
Item number 20 is a recommendation to appoint Matt Phillip Taylor of Cincinnati, Ohio, 45245, to serve on the Clermont County Transportation Improvement District effective March 9th, 2022 through June 20th, 2022, filling the unexpired term of Ken Geis, who resigned from the board on 12/10/2021, pursuant to Section 5540.02C2 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Thank you. Board, you've heard the reading of item number 20. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. Thank you, Erin. 21, Mary Raines.
Item 21 is a recommendation to increase the 2022 annual appropriations in the general fund for municipal court adult probation payout in the amount of $10,000.
Thank you. Board, you've heard the reading of item number 21. Do I have a motion to approve?
Sorry, I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mary. F is additions to the agenda. We have an add-on.
That's correct. We have one add-on for your consideration. It's for a change order to the contract for the juvenile court expansion project.
Board, can I have a motion to approve this add-on?
So moved.
Add it to the agenda. I'm sorry. Thanks, Dave. Second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. So we have an add-on to, you going to read that? Who's, I thought you were just here to look pretty, Wade.
No, that's hard for me to do, Commissioner, but thank you.
And thank you for your time. And I wanted to thank everybody that was able to get this so the project could move on should the board approve it. Anyway, add-on is a recommendation of myself, Wade Grabowski, Clermont County Facilities Management Department, with the concurrence of Mr. Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to authorize Bonnie Batchelor, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute change order number 1 to the contract with Mark Spalding Construction out of Florence, Kentucky, for construction of the Juvenile Court Expansion Renovation Project previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on January 26, 2022, which represents an increase in the amount of $130,768.22 for soil stabilization, for a total adjusted contract price in the amount of $8,140,008.22, and an extension of the contract time of 8 business days for a revised contract completion date of February 18th, 2023, as more fully described therein, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth within the contract for juvenile court expansion and renovation, and contingent upon the release of the required purchase order therefore. The soil conditions were not adequate. We have a private consultant named Geotechnology, which does soil borings for us, and the majority of the project site is just inadequate. So we have to stabilize the soil. I have taken the liberty of giving each of you a package should you want to see it, and that's up to you. I can share that with you now if you'd like.
I reviewed it and thank you for the information.
Okay.
It explains that you have to bring in, was it 7,000 tons of lime?
Over 7,000 square yards.
Square yards.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Wow. A lot.
And we know what the soil is like around here, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I take it no borings were provided to them prior to the bid of the project?
There were borings, but unfortunately, those borings were done in late summer.
Okay.
And that was right after we did the record center. We used the same company to do preliminary borings. Unfortunately, it's taken us quite a few years to get to this point, and they were null and void. They really weren't applicable at that point.
They were done too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve this add-on then?
I will make them, we already did the ad. I guess
We did the
we'll put it
add-on. We
aside.
need to
Okay. I will give you that motion.
Second.
roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item G, or to the point for executive session pursuant to section 121.22 G1 of the Ohio Revised Code to consider the employment, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or more public employees. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
A second?
Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor.
Yes. We will return. Okay, we have returned from executive session. No decisions were made. Moving on to item H, county staff elected official discussion.
None here.
None here. Member comments?
None.
None? I would entertain a motion to it. Yes.
Before we do, did you want to talk today about possibly opening back up for presentations by
Oh, thank
townships?
you. Yes, I did
Ladies
want
and-
to. I know in the past that the townships were allowed to come in and 5-10 minutes and talk a little about what's going on in each of the townships. And now that we've opened things back up, we would like to start doing that again and to let the townships know we'll get some kind of schedule set up, and would be interesting to have them to start coming and just so the public knows, so we know what they're working on in each of the townships. So just to get that word out, we do want to start doing that again.
And you might want to mention the day this year for the National Day of Prayer. I think that's May 5th? Is that right?
Thursday.
Thursday?
Yes. Thank you.
You bet.
So if anyone's listening, townships, but we will get an email sent out also so that you know we do want to start doing that again.
Good idea. Good
Mhm.
idea.
Thanks for reminding me, Claire.
Sure. That just opens it up and lets everyone know. It also, it's a way of getting out there and presenting what you're doing and all the great things that are going on in Clermont County and uniting everyone with the commissioner's office, and that we're all united together to keep Clermont great and keep it going. Thank you.
It may well identify some needs too.
Sure,
the different
absolutely.
Townships that the county can help with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Thank you. Anything else?
No.
Then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I will second.
Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Feener,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Baxler,
Yes.